The St. Thomas thread runs clearly and colorfully through the fabric of Tim Flynn's family.
It is my great pleasure and honor to present you with the Dean's Medal of Excellence for all that you have accomplished to make this world a better place.
St. Thomas has a lot of meaning for my family, especially for my father. He met my mother in his economics class sophomore years. My great-grandfather, both my grandfathers, my father and my brother all attended St. Thomas, as well as some aunts, uncles, and cousins. And another exciting part is that my dad will be able to walk down the aisle next September at my wedding at St. Thomas.
When Flynn walked into Professor Shirley Polieski's cost accounting class in 1978, he was about to learn a valuable lesson.
Taking tests, for example, you couldn't use a calculator, and you had to use a number 2 pencil.
And at midterm time, he was at a B-. In fact, in that particular class, there were only 3 A's, 13 B's, 8 C's, 1 D.
And Timothy Flynn?
One of the A's.
And she said, Tim, look it. You know, when you get in the business world, there's going to be different rules, there's going to be different things, different environments you're going to become involved with, which you have to deal with. And so you have to learn to adjust.
Adjusting to the realities, like the current economic climate, serves Flynn well as the chairman of KPMG International, a Big Four accounting organization with 137,000 professionals providing audit, tax, and advisory services to clients in 144 countries, with $20 billion in annual revenue.
One of the most important things a leader does is set the tone for an organization and make sure that people understand the basic values, right and wrong, what's accepted behavior. And at KPMG, we really value the individual, respect the individual, teamwork and coming together, giving back to our communities. And finally, above everything else, no matter what situation you're in, no matter how difficult it might seem, always act with integrity.
That's a value he started with in 1979, working at Pete Marwick in Minneapolis, auditing family businesses.
I first became acquainted with Tim Flynn over 25 years ago.
They were working for KPMG in Minneapolis.
My initial impressions of Tim really included, high energy, incredibly thoughtful, and a person that puts that thought to practical use for the clients.
And today those clients circle the globe, on every continent, from Paris to Pittsburgh.
And the global chairman has to try and get 140 senior partners moving in the right direction, all on board with the same strategy, and it is no easy task. You got to have a great intellect. You're dealing with our biggest clients in the world all the time, and you've got to be able to walk into a boardroom and demonstrate very quickly that we're the best professional services firm out there. And Tim has been spectacular at that. He owns every boardroom that he walks into.
We're joined now by Tim Flynn, chairman of KPMG.
But it makes you a sought-after international financial expert.
I think the critical issue here is job creation, job growth. We've got to get growth going again. Companies have streamlined operations, driving productivity, cut costs.
The way Tim Flynn runs his business is about more than cutting costs. It's about giving back to communities.
Hello, I'm Tim Flynn. KPMG is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities.
That community giving by the U.S. member firm goes from baseball to books, books to inner city kids in KPMG's Family for Literacy, run by Susan Flynn and Beth Viemeyer.
If you put in the hands of a child an age-appropriate book, their education, their whole foundation for life changes. And they've given away over 2 million books through KPMG Family. And what Susan and Beth have done is created this program to bring in the broader KPMG families.
Families are important to Flynn, especially his own. He remembers the birthdays, the anniversaries, the occasions.
He's called from China, he's called from every country in Japan and Russia because of some occasion. So yeah, I don't think he's ever missed one.
And Flynn's son Tyler says his father doesn't miss a chance to pass on a lesson.
He knows what's easy to do and what's right to do, and he's always told me that the truth is always really simple to remember. He's always kind of been the guy that will do what's right.
Choosing the right path has put Tim Flynn in charge of a $20 billion organization. In the company of presidents,
always stay true to your values.
And an example for others to follow.
You can't pick the destination, but you can pick your paths. And be thoughtful, be reflective, and think about when you pick a path, why you're doing it.